change a thing now, there was never trust. Don't you say a word, cause I've heard it all. You were just pain when you felt it all. Oh. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Ooh, baby, there ain't no one like you. You chose to keep the truth inside. Ooh, baby, keep my all to you. All you did was tell me lies. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Once you leave me, it's over. No turning back, not today. Don't you come running back now. I'm not a home for the shame. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Ooh, baby, there ain't no one like you. You chose to keep the truth inside. Ooh, baby, keep my all to you. All you did was tell me lies. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. I won't miss this love, no. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Thrill is gone.
Never reminded, never taking whatever you told me. I know what I could be, making the most painful answer. Tell me, is this what you made me? I'm the storm that meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Do you think you with light. Every time you bring me close, and you're thickening the ghost of you, bleeding tires you've undone, undone.
Stuck in my head, you know I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies. We've been apart for so long, I'm always replaying all the pictures and memories stacked up in my head. I wish I could let you go, I wish I could just forget you. I can never shake you off. You're stickier than my super glue. I can never shake you off. I'm always trying to get rid of you. I'm never shaking you off.
Ticks and decays, never to return, never to feel whole. Isn't it so easy to lose yourself in time, to draw a finish line, to give yourself to one beyond what's good and bad? It kills me not to know. Lost beyond the edge, planning what to say. It kills me not to know, but yet I carry on, letting go of safety, holding on to fear. Will you be there when beyond what's good and beyond what's good and bad.
Don't you see?
Time ticks and decays, never to return, never to feel whole. Isn't it so easy to lose yourself in time, to draw a finish line, to give yourself to one beyond what's good and bad? It kills me not to know. Lost beyond the edge,
Counter-terrorists win.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the UCC hosted Loot.bet League season number 2. Windigo versus NoChance about to be live. As we get into our game here, we will see, of course, the 2-1 Swiss bracket. Now a round starting to becoming, closer, getting into the realm of teams starting to qualify to the playoffs, as we see again another team that will make it today. And as we do have Windigo versus NoChance, of course, we've got to realize that NoChance do have a couple of stand-ins. There'll be... Oh, no, not a couple. A single stand-in. They'll be bringing in Thomas from Endpoint, who has recently just sort of departed that roster, is now looking for a better opportunity, and he'll be standing in for NoChance today, which I think is going to be a good pickup. He's a relatively strong player from the UK scene. I would know for the fact that UK boy myself. But of course, I am alone for a little bit. We do have a little bit of a tech issue for my co-commentator, so hopefully he'll return in the next 5 minutes or so once he gets the tech issue fixed. But for now, you're stuck with just me. But either way, as we get into this pistol round, it's going to be an overpass map to begin with. Both of these teams liking to play overpass, which I can definitely respect, especially with the fact that Windigo have looked a little shaky on this map in past plays. They got a 16-14 victory against Norderwind. But a 16-14 is always very close, and as we open the pistol already, Poison, the first man to find a kill, cleans himself up a second and a third. Poison, a beautiful way to begin this round, and already down to a 5 versus 2. Zen, he's at least able to trade one more. Stiko to back him up from inside of Bank. But Blocker to do the work. And as he closes down the final 2, Windigo, a very successful pistol round to begin. 4 players kept alive. And some great success going to that to that T side to begin. I am just keeping Discord open for the return of my co-commentator, but yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game in itself. Of course, the winner of this qualifies for playoffs, and realistically, it kind of has to be Windigo. And that's no bias toward Windigo. It's the fact that these guys have Pro League in like 2 days time, so they have to fly to the UK for like 4 days, and with the strict scheduling of this event, I don't think they'll be able to play their final game unless they play it on LAN at the Leicester studio in the UK. So I think to make the lives easier of Windigo, we'll have to see them get a victory in this game to make sure that is possible. But even in the second round, it is going to be an eco. Poison actually does fall in the process. But with Blocker being able to close down at least the first, does get overrun by Thomas, though. And down to a 3 versus 3, they get themselves a rifle at least to utilize. Victor and Bubble to both find kills, though. And ooh, Zen, he might just be able to snatch himself a rifle. Oh my god, he gets 2 frags as well. Okay, that's very, very nice there. Doing some great damage to begin with. Zen able to sneak past 1 and a second. Bubble not even able to react there. So already seeing a good start for NoChance as they go into their first buy round. Windigo this time will have to reinvest into the AKs. And of course have been able to do so. But overall we'll see quite the even round for this one. And it should be one that NoChance are looking to win. with this being a Windigo map pick, you expect them to be performing confidently. With the fact that they've actually taken a couple of harsh games on this map recently, though. Obviously, that 16-14 victory to Norderwind was still a victory, but it was a very, very tough one to get. They had a 16-13 against Devils 1. They beat a Vanguard. They beat Big. Fnatic, G2, MIBR. These guys having some great results on Overpass, but they can actually lose some really silly rounds as well, which I think is what makes them very unpredictable on this map. Like, they're a very solid side, but some of the mistakes that they make, especially if you watch the Norderwind game, they really highlighted how their force buys can screw them over a little bit. But in this scenario, a 3v1 trade and down to a 4 versus 2, Thomas being spammed, and as he's left on 4 points of health, he has to be able to retreat, not able to stay alive. And even though Makalele gets one, it is Bubble that is set for the trade, and as we do see a 3 versus 1, Thomas down to 4 points of health. There should be no chance of survival for the final man, or the stand-in of this this European mix. Of course, Nukia going to Hellraisers very recently to of course join Lowell and Oscar, Issa, Angel on that roster. It's going to be a decent side. Not that I particularly believe they can make it too far, but overall, it will seem like a very decent squad. But yeah, Nukia going to be a huge loss to take, especially considering that Nukia and Zane were probably two of the better fragging powers of the NoChance side. Obviously, Crystal being the mastermind behind their setups, Makalele more of a consistent AWPer, but over the past couple of months has been really enjoying his CS playing with NoChance. Stiko coming from all of his roster tribulations with the stint at Cloud9, back in Mouse, out of Mouse. But I love the fact that NoChance getting the boost down here. Stiko overwhelmed with how many players that he spotted, though. We will see him into a tough position where he does have to back away. Makalele traded back, or at least tagged down incredibly low. Crystal to fall as Blocker finds himself a first. Victor shuts down. Stiko actually able to find a trade back. Down to a 4 versus 2, and realistically, this should be a round that Windigo are able to close out. Put themselves 4-0. To begin here on Overpass, Thomas will at least actually find one, but there we go, Bubble to finish. Overall, a very positive start out from that T side. Keeping it clean here, making sure that the job is done. And I think on this T side, Windigo, they'll be wanting to get as many rounds as possible. I think with the way that they've been performing on Overpass recently, it's been up and down quite a lot. The last time they played Overpass was a sweet minute ago. It was 8 days. But that was their last game in itself. They haven't played an official match for a while. As we see them, finishing off this league, getting ready for Pro League, and a lot of practice going into that, of course. And being 13th in the world now after that WESG victory, they've actually been doing pretty well to make sure that they stay at that kind of level as well. Because obviously they qualified for DreamHack Dallas. And I'm pretty sure might have qualified for the closed qualifier of DreamHack Tours as well. Yeah, they did. They qualified for DreamHack Open Tours. So yeah, these guys getting to a lot of lands and showing that they're definitely worth the investment to this side. Obviously, Windigo was put up for sale recently by the organization to sell off the squad, and I doubt that'll happen now with the 500k they won, plus all of these other lands they're going to. I assume they'll be keeping the team on. Crystal gets shut down through the smoke. Bubble the same. Stiko left 1 versus 3, and this round already not particularly turning out for NoChance, although it definitely could, with Poison down to 14. Heavily reliant on ships to be able to close this scenario, to make sure that Stiko is shut off, and with him being on 41 points of health, there should be no chance of this particularly happening. Of course, pun intended. But still, as that bomb does go down at least, Stiko going to have to return from the B bomb site, the depths of the lower under A. to try and close out this 1 versus 2. He does have a defuse kit, a single smoke, and a flashbang. As he does find the first kill. This now leaves Poison into a 1 versus 1. This might actually begin to work out. Stiko going to get onto the bomb. He has himself that defuse kit, and surely this is an eco round victory. And yes, it is. Poison, he's at least able to find the frag, but not before NoChance put a round on the board. What a way to begin there, finding the ninja defuse. And closing out the first round for the CT side. A very, very successful endeavor for Stiko, making sure the bomb was stuck and a way to be able to close it out. So a nice opening for NoChance here, but they have to be able to stay consistent. They have to make sure that they put consistent rounds on the board. With the way that Windigo have been performing. Ooh, nice little shot from Victor. Catching the head of Makalele. Blocker to reply onto Zen as well. And oh my god, they trade back evenly. And down into a 3 versus 2. Crystal and Stiko, the only players that remain for the CT side. And overall, with Windigo starting very, very well on this T side, if they do win this round, the money of NoChance not going to be in a safe scenario going forward. And I love the fact that Windigo, they've got a little bit of a smoke fake, or at least some smokes thrown toward the A site. Sending ships up there to make sure that at least the information is semi-legit for this NoChance squad. They will rotate through connector behind this Windigo side, though. And there's already ships making his way down toward the B bomb site to join the rest of his team. As soon as Crystal opens the door, surely it's sound heard, and I think it definitely is ships. He's able to rattle home for a frag, and as that bomb goes down, it's, again, the weight on the shoulders of Stiko to be able to clutch this 1vx scenario. Last time it was a 1 versus 2, this time a 1v3, and it seems like he'll start successfully, just as he did in the prior round. But Poison is there to finish. 5-1. And this is starting to really slip away from NoChance early, with the fact that now they're going to be down to another semi-pistol buy. They can at least put some Kevlar and maybe a Desert Eagle upgrade or a P250 into the mix, but overall, it will just be most likely Windigo taking themselves a 6-1 to begin this T side, and I think realistically they have to be able to win this map to close out the series 2-0, with the first map being Overpass and the second going to Mirage. Mirage being picked by NoChance, but it is Windigo that does have the better map win percentage. And as we do finally see the return of my co-commentator, we'll get into a Discord call. And we'll finally get the return. So yeah, 6-1, and we'll start the video. Oh, we'll start the voice call now. And hello, how are you doing? Okay, maybe a little bit of time to connect, but overall, we'll see the reuniting. But even so is Poison.
And I think...
oh, we're back.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, you sound good.
Whew, thank God. Well, I just joined in the game, folks. I apologize for the delay. ISP issues, but let's not tarry any longer, shall we? Victor, I see already, is going to open up a site. This is going to become pretty fun, Kieran, I see, by the looks of it. Windigo, 5-1. What a start to a game, isn't it? Yeah,
they've been very, very explosive off of the back, and especially with NoChance not particularly starting too well on the CT side. It's giving Windigo some great opportunities to be able to pick up early rounds, and spoke a little bit about how obviously Nuki now gone to Hellraisers. It's going to really impact the roster, really take away some of the key firepower. They have brought in Thomas, UK player from... He's recently just left Endpoint, so he was available. And I think he's an okay pickup for this kind of match. I think to get someone not better in a way, but more experienced.
At least a replacement.
Exactly, yeah.
At least they can play with 5 men. That's the important part right now. Yeah. But, damn, as you were saying, this is looking like a pretty decent start for Windigo. Despite NoChance losing Nukia, though, seems like they might be able to find some success in picking up one more round. Although, okay, I guess Blocker has ulterior motives. It shall be B-side entry. There's this player spotted in Graffiti. Things become a little bit difficult as Thomas now reveals his position on short. This is not exactly a good start to the defense, and Thomas, he still wins the dual bubble. Good night, as Michael will be able to connect and hit his shot. Blocker back to a 1-on-2. Clutch round with 50 seconds left. There is enough time that he can win this. Right now, Crystal, he's been spotted. Blocker's so smart, and now 49 and counting, more than enough to run towards A, plant the bomb before Thomas can even get close to try and deny it, perhaps. Oh, but Blocker, okay. I actually like this, although Thomas, does he read it well enough? Ooh, the sound made. Goodbye, Blocker, though. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead, 100%. Or at least should be, right? No, wait. Oh! Whew. Close call.
Very close. Thomas able to ride out there, take the victory. Still, it makes NoChance quite the unpredictable situation for the fact that they lost a lot of their men. Going forward into this next round, they'll see quite the tough scenario being able to purchase back. They will have at least, I think, M4s, maybe some FAMASs of such. But yeah, we'll see quite the low buys, so it's going to be difficult for NoChance to be able to keep up with Windigo's pace right now. The T-side rounds giving them plenty of economy to work with. And whilst we see Poison and Blocker down to pretty low, there is still money left on that T-side. The AWP in the hands of Makalele, Thomas back on the AUG. I think those are the two weapons that they want to be making sure are utilized and at least kept safe if the round does begin to slip. But overall, Windigo, as they've got a 4-round barrier wanting to begin the heighten that on this T side especially. I was saying that, you know, Windigo have had some shaky games on Overpass, but have been able to ride out victors in the end. Obviously, that 16-14 against Norderwind was, I think, something that they really manufactured themselves. They allowed Norderwind the entrance to the game. But this time, Victor being tagged incredibly. Blocker finds one. Stiko and Zen to both reply. And Crystal doing damage to help out Stiko take a frag down to a 4 versus 2. And it seems like the B bomb site going to be heavily protected by NoChance here. The bomb is lost, and with all of that CT men backed up and ready, this should be a very hard site to take.
Yes, it's just Stiko pop flash across, and well, it's going to be another double. This is a perfect start for NoChance's, or more so perfect timing for NoChance's defense to wake the hell up and start doing some damage, and more so protecting the sites. This is a bit of a really crucial timing, if we can say it even better, because their economy will take a dire swing, and we can see that their money is still kind of low. They can't really afford to lose a round. So Windigo, even though they might be a little bit, I guess you could say, empty on the side of weaponries, they've still got 2 AKs, a Galil, a Mac-10, and a Deagle. And look at this, another B push. Windigo, what is this? The 3rd time they're pushing B already in a row, almost? And seems like they might find some success. It's going to be 1 full Victor. Blocker comes across with a 1 more, and it's a double. Oh, no. Team killed by Bubble, though, as Zen takes down Ships, and it's back to a 2-on-2. What a turnaround. This round is not yet done, and it's back to Bubble. Clutch round, Galil in hand. No, denied by Thomas. NoChance. Whew. A close call once more.
And with that retake working out for NoChance, like you say, it'll be relatively close. But NoChance able to ride out, get themselves the round in itself. And overall, with the way that they've been getting back into this game, waking up quite incredibly to put 4 on the board. We started with a 6-1 and now only 2 rounds away from tying things up. Windigo this time will be down to an eco, though. So realistically, a big opportunity for NoChance to be able to put 5 on the board, at least show that Windigo cannot run away with rounds, you know, too heavily. And I think with only having Deagles, this will make it extremely hard to be able to win the round. Crystal will at least be tagged through the nice little wooden wall there. But with the weapons that Windigo are bolstering, hang on a second, Bubble. He's able to take down Thomas. He was very, very wide swung toward A-Long, actually, exposing himself pretty heavily. Makalele looking for the trade. I think they will be able to scramble the AUG, and yes, they will. So at least a rifle going toward this T side, but overall, Makalele and the rest should have it covered off as they begin their endeavor toward the A site. Bubble will be able to sneak past the Molotov and get himself ready for the smoke. I realize that light feature, top left of our screen right now, is such a big flaw that can really spot teammates if they cross or spot enemies. I think we saw
It's a
that
big giveaway,
yeah. In a recent game where we were both confused by a clip that we saw. But yeah, it's a very smart way to realize if anyone's crossing behind. But Blocker. Oh my god, Poison.
Poison.
Oh my god, Victor. That's the round.
Oh.
They've won an eco round. Zen is left in a 1 versus 4, and with the rifles they've already picked up, they'll be shutting out NoChance.
As well. Yeah, this is this is quite painful for NoChance. Their money, as I said, last round was a close one. They didn't really win it with flying colors. They got the victory in the end, but again, their money, that's the problem. Luckily, Zen takes away 1 more. I'm doubting though, or more so, I doubt that he's gonna try in any sort of a retake. He's just wanting to pick up a few exit kills as he tries to diminish the money that Windigo might be able to gather from this. Although it's not really going to be much for anything, as NoChance are forced to a eco round. Zen should drop a few pistols perhaps to Stiko and maybe even Thomas. Overall, Windigo them. Map pick of their own, obviously. And to be honest, this was one of the best of 3s I was looking for. NoChance and Windigo, we can both probably agree here when I say that they would have picked Overpass no matter what, you know, what the veto would have been. Overpass would be in the map pool. 2 teams that are notoriously good on Overpass. And, well, I was very happy at first, but then when I heard Nukia left the team, or more so was picked up by Hellraisers, it does, you know, give me some doubt about NoChance. Although Zen, well, he's going to try and erase that. The op buy in his hands will be enough to secure the entry. Blocker not even half expecting that kind of a play. Stiko finds a second. Victor, he does ding Stiko, but this is not exactly a good start for Windigo. We can remember how well they did on their own pistol buy. And I have no doubt NoChance are capable pretty much of the same. Yeah, Thomas finds a second, or more so, the third. That's it. That should be where the round starts to go back in favor of NC.
Yeah, luckily Ships is at least able to find 1 more, but like you say, seems like NoChance, they might have just gotten themselves around. Oh, unless this bomb can sneak toward the B site right here. And, oh, Poison. As he does take down Zen back into a 2 versus 2. Ships now can play very, very smartly and get behind the Heaven flank to be able to make sure that bomb is safe. It's planted somewhat for Ships as well. And as Poison is lingering towards short, Thomas looking to approach. And if Poison sort of edges any closer, Thomas should be able to spot him emerging through the other side of that smoke. Yeah. But as he doesn't, oh, he's still able to adjust now. And with Ships into a 1 versus 2, exposing his position with a flashbang.
Yeah. This is not exactly a good start to the defense for Ships. Oh. Okay, he still gets the diffuser. Thomas falls. Unfortunately, Crystal is alive though for him. And, you know, with the diffuse kit, it's not a problem getting it back in his hands. Saving the round for NoChance once more. And Windigo, after finding quick success with Deagles, they get shut down on a bit of a force buy of NoChance their own. And as I've said, right, I was a bit concerned when Nukia was announced leaving the team. So I was like, you know, who do they bring in? Who's going to be the one that's going to be their 5th, at least for the remainder of this season, or at least until they find a stable 5th, a confirmed 5th player overall. And I guess Thomas, not a bad pickup. As you said, he's certainly, you know, carrying his weight, trying his best, and right now it's going to be a bit of a connector rumble. Crystal close range. Oh, he sees them. That's a free kill for him. Maybe a second. Yes, Crystal! Accurate through the smoke. Deadly. And unstoppable. Beautiful round, or at least a kicker to it, and NoChance. They should just pull back now. They've got everything they need. 2 kills, that's... It can't get better than that, especially with everybody still being alive. And, oh, Thomas. 1 HP. And a 5-on-2.
Yeah, luckily, they do at least find themselves 1 kill to reply with, but this looks like NoChance. They'll be taking a 7-6 here as Zen. A nice little Kobe to finish off Poison, and Bubble all alone 1 versus 4. This is now starting to really look like the competitive map that we were waiting for, with the fact that Bubble is at least able to battle back, but not before Zen closes down. And right now, this is putting Windigo into quite the uncomfortable position for the fact that their economy isn't going to stretch too far. We'll see Victor and Bubble being able to purchase the AK with full Kevlar. The same for Blocker with mini Kevlar, but overall it's like really weak for the rest of the side. So yeah, we'll see a pistol purchase for the penultimate round of the first half and a full buy for the final. This really gives NoChance either the the big opportunity to make this 7-7 or even an 8-7 to end the first half. And I think realistically, with the way that they began this game or the way that Windigo did, with the adjustment period that NoChance... Oh, Makalele, beautiful shot.
No scope. That was a no scope, wasn't it?
I think so. Like, it was a very, very fast shot.
Or at least extremely quick scope, I guess. That was a sick one, Makalele. That's nice to see when he's in form. Things can become very, very heated and absolutely a pleasure to watch. And it will be a clean round for NoChance, as you said. Not just a possibility or an opportunity to pick up 7, but definitely a fact. And yeah, it was a quick scope. But
yeah, very quick though.
Yeah, even in slow motion, it was a split second. But Windigo, full buy for the last one. 8-7 or 7-8, however it may end. It is not exactly the ending Windigo probably wanted, or at least has hoped to see. I think I caught the game at 6-1, and definitely looked very dominating, or more so dominated by Windigo. So NoChance. I think this is a good thing for them. First of all, they bring up their confidence even after losing Nukia. It's not a problem. And all of a sudden, they're facing off Windigo team they certainly had their fears about, because Windigo, if you look at their VODs, if you look at their past games, overall it's been one hell of a ride. If they hadn't won 2-0, they usually had a pretty close best of 3 as a whole. So no easy tasks to overcome. In any case, Makalele, again, holding the angle that Zen did previously, but this time will be missing his chance, so not re-peeking, luckily enough. Deploys the molly and a nade. Will put an end to any sort of a push, and Windigo denied their entry towards short.
Yeah, and at least NoChance able to at least slow them down for now. 45 seconds on the clock, but it does seem like Windigo will be favoring this B bomb site for the final round of our first half. Stiko going to go aggro, but the smoke to block him off. Spraying into the tunnel and not able to find anything. Makalele trades one, but Poison, he's able to do the same as well. Down to a 4 versus 3, and it seems like Windigo, as they put that bomb down, will begin to add pressure to NoChance in this final. Ships to find one more. And even though there's a leg or a bit of damage done, Makalele, he'll at least be able to swipe one with the Desert Eagle, but not before Ships is able to finish. 8-7 for Windigo as we end off our first half. And like you said, with NoChance being able to still match up very, very heavily against this side, I think Crystal is a man that can utilize players with like the push of a button to get them integrated. And especially considering that with, the main core being around or being stuck together for like a month or so now, there's going to be a lot of great sort of things going on with those guys. But yeah, Windigo, if they can, like you said, they typically win those best of 3s. They get the job done. There's nothing too flashy about them. They just should turn up, they get the job done, they go home. And I think it's testimony to say that these guys have qualified for, I think, 2 dream hacks in the space of 2 weeks through open qualifiers. So these guys should definitely be getting invites relatively soon with the way that they've been playing. But overall, Blocker having a great game. Typically a quieter player that we see. But as we get into our second half, we'll have a short message from Loot.bet, and we'll be right back with our second half pistol round.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
As we do get into our second side, Windigo now going to be on the CT half. This is where they can really start to hit home and perform on a map that they have already proven to us they're so comfortable on. And this is more of a, I realize this is more of a rematch game. Obviously, we saw these guys playing in Season 1, where NoChance were actually able to ride out in a best of 3 2-0. They beat Windigo 16-8 on Dust 2 and 16-8 on Inferno. So if there's anything to go by, Windigo definitely are beatable. Probably not on their current form with the way that they've had that WESG win and not really lost too many big games after that as well. But already Bubble The first man to fall in this one, and Poison's being pressured toward A long. He shouldn't be able to survive, and that's way too over-aggressive from Windigo. 2 men already dead.
Yeah, too eager to try and find entries, I guess. Windigo, not always known for their, you know, aggressive style, or at least a style in a pistol round where they can't get a kill or two. But it will cost them quite a few players, and this is complicating matters for Victor and Blocker. They do have a kit and 2 flashbangs. Not really useful when you have to deal with 4 men jumping ahead at you. And there's a Molotov and a smoke available on Thomas. So NoChance with about 50 or more so 45 seconds left. They can do whatever they please. They've got enough time on their hands. And ooh, Mike definitely spotted, I believe it was Victor on site. No, excuse me, it was Blocker. Yeah, Victor is down on B. And ooh, okay, this time good info gathered. Victor must survive. And unfortunately, well, he goes for the peak. That's it for Blocker. He shouldn't be getting more than a kill or 2 at the maximum. And even then, yeah, gonna be denied by Thomas as expected. 8-8 and NoChance. Tying the score, as you said, Season 1 was a bit of a turmoil for Windigo, especially facing off NoChance. Getting quite honestly said, or quite honestly put, destroyed really. NoChance, though, at the time had a little bit of a different roster. Both Stiko and Thomas were not present,
Yeah,
I believe. I think if we look at NoChance from Season 1 and NoChance of Season 2, it's quite a difference, and not just due to the fact that they have 2 different players, but even the rest of the 3 are playing perhaps a little bit less vigorously as they did for the first time.
Yeah, and especially with the loss of, you know, great firepower like Frozen and Nuclear. Yeah. We definitely will see more of a tactical change from this NoChance side, but I think Crystal's doing a good job of, you know, managing the situation, adapting, yeah, because it's obviously hard losing players like every month or so, getting sniped by bigger orgs that can offer these contracts which NoChance can't. And I expected these guys to be in an org by now. I think that with the way that they've been performing, I'm surprised no one's...
Yeah.
Because,
no one's taken...
Yeah, no one's taken the investment to them, because you're not having the trouble of being able... Or having to build a roster. You have a roster, like... You have at least 4 players ready, and once they find a permanent 5th, with whoever that may be...
Which should be no problem.
Exactly. With the amount of talent that is in free agency right now, it should be relatively easy to pick up players to integrate with, and especially considering that NoChance are probably one of the only teams that can really beat Windigo relatively easily. I'd say the recent losses they've taken from Windigo, they lost a best of 3 against X3D Max, which is a side themselves that are in Pro League right now, so obviously doing relatively well from MDL. Tricked, they lost to, but again, Tricked are a side under Hunden's leadership that they've been explosive over the past couple of months or so. And with the way that NoChance are able to beat Windigo, not in a best of 3 in itself, but in a 2-0 fashion, it shows that these guys have something good going on. And in this round, as that bomb goes down, Victor and Bubble left 3 versus 2. This should be where NoChance, they can take the lead for the first time in this first map, and maybe try and benefit from the weakness of Windigo going forward in these next couple of ecos. However, Bubble, he'll be able to find himself a kill there.
This is a bit aggressive. Not sure why exactly he wanted to pull that off. Victor was nowhere close to support him, as well as having no defuse kit. It's a bit of a waste of a scout, really, and a deagle, or more so just the scout initially. Yeah, as you said, though, NoChance, they've adjusted quite nicely, or at least are adjusting continuously. Crystal, there's a difference in NoChance. Every time you see them play, they play better. They play more composed. They have better structure, and they you know, the overall integrity of the team play is, you know, looking, I guess you could say, safer, or more so more quality built. In any case, I love the fact that they are, you know, adjusting, because they need to change their, or more so they needed to change their style. If we remember from Season 1, they were very much just, you know, looking for those early entries. They were fighting almost every single round. They were trying to get an early kill, focusing with 2-3 players on the same angle. They're just aggressively trying to take control of the game. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it doesn't, or more so it didn't, and they had to change this now with the loss of 2 large elements of their own style. They just had no other choice, and so far, well, they're doing a good job at clearing off this eco from Windigo, so there's that. 10-8 should be coming up. They do lose Thomas and Crystal, a little bit of economy, you know, kind of thrown away there for a second, but it's okay. As long as they win, as long as they keep themselves at a lead, it's perfect.
Yeah, and I think with the way that this T side can really begin to work in your favor, especially on overpass, the CTs can struggle if they start to lose consecutive rounds, and with Windigo now into their bye round, this is one that they have to be able to confirm just to be able to stay alive realistically in these next couple, or else NoChance they'll be projecting themselves at least to a 12-8 kind of scoreline, and I think for Windigo, that's going to be a very, very hard scenario to come back from. And Crystal, oh dear, he's already able to open up inside of Connector, and that's a huge loss for Windigo here. That's one of the main fraggers of this map down already. He is tagged down to 12, so the chance of a very simple refrag to be had, but if they can keep the man advantage, then it definitely will work out in their favor. And with the fact that Windigo do not have a lot of utility, they only have a single defuse kit, they are aspects that NoChance can begin to exploit if they hit and execute a site together. If they can force out a single man to be isolated behind those smokes with very little response, they only have a single offensive grenade in that Molotov. So realistically, it's going to be very easy for NoChance to break through a site, providing their smokes are accurate. Although, with Blocker lurking toward this kind of toilet position and is backed up by ships as well. Oh, that's not ships. That is definitely poison.
No, poison.
With the AWP, this might just get a little difficult, and his poison. Oh, he spots the first. Able to tag through the wall twice as Blocker finds one more. Makalele trades, though, and that should be a perfect scenario for NoChance to enter the bomb site with.
An overextension by Poison. Trying to repeat, trying to get a second kill. Luckily, Victor, though, will find all three. Clean house. And make sure Windigo secure their 9th and not allowing NoChance to start, you know, really running away with the result as they would have otherwise. The CT side suffering great losses overall. The economy, as we can see, diminished. They don't have much they can really buy up with. 2 FAMASs, an AUG, and the AWP on Poison obviously saved from the last round. This is still a very cutthroat game overall. It's a single round difference and NoChance. They've got 3 AKs, 2 Deagles. They themselves are not exactly having pearly whites, and it's not going to be an easy round for them. It has started off well, at least the second, or more so the first half has ended well for them, as well as the second half, you know, giving them a fair boost overall. But Windigo, they're a fighting force. Their CT side is fearless, and above all else, I love the fact that Windigo have really started to incorporate different small ruses, or more so small plays, into their own defaults as a whole. Something that they've majorly extended, or more so developed on Mirage. They're kind of doing the same here on Overpass, although not really going that deep with it yet. We could see short pushes, connector pushes, and just generally speaking, taking deep map control where usually, you know, you leave it to the T side. In any case, this is a slow round overall, but the entry ships will be boosted. The second time he actually looks the same corner, or more so being boosted on the same time, or the same position in the same round.
Yeah, and with that first kill going to Windigo, there should be now a chance to exploit the fact that NoChance don't particularly have too much of a stronger buy round. And ships, he's definitely going to be able to do that. Crystal at least trades back for 1, but Poison to reply with 1 more. And it seems like NoChance, the scores will be tied up yet again. Zen not able to finish off the spray. And Poison is there for the backup as soon as that first man peeks. Even a tag through the wall and a very quick shot. Make it 2. And Poison's there to clean out the round, 10-10. And as those scores are now tied, NoChance find themselves with a very huge economic struggle. We'll see an eco in this round to be able to buy in the next. And this is now chance for Windigo to put themselves around back in the lead, to be able to claim what they had in the first half back again. And look to try and progress on the CT side. And like you said, their CT side is a very, very strong force to contend with across the majority of maps as well, but not just Overpass on a map they've proven to us is one of their home maps. But overall, NoChance they'll be fighting, and still with the scoreline that it was, with a 6-1 that Windigo had, NoChance have played very respectably to keep it at this competitive level, to make sure that it still stays tied up. But Poison, he's already able to find a first bubble with a second and a third as well. Even whips the pistol out, but Crystal finally to shut him down. But there's ships and blocker. A relatively simple round, 11-10, and NoChance they'll now be able to purchase fully going into this round, but it still isn't going to be as full.
Arguably, yeah. That's just what I wanted to say. Still not as full as you would like, right? Especially with no AWP on my Kilele.
And I think with the way that NoChance have been playing, they particularly would like to bring through an AWP on Makalele, with the not even the fact that it's getting a little tough now, just for the fact that NoChance do particularly hold a T side up fairly well, but I think Makalele is just way more comfortable with it, like when he has it compared to a rifle. So I think it's just better overall. So not having that, it restricts them already, I think.
I have to agree. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, you know, what his personal feelings are about a rifle round for him, but I definitely have to sign that when he plays with the op, he is playing a beautiful style of CS. He goes for those entries. He is careful at you know, playing aggressively. He's not allowing himself to be caught in positions where he can be easily fragged back, or more so where he can be caught unaware or unprepared overall, and is the one man that really guarantees those easy starts for NoChance. If he can get a kill or two, maybe on A, or just a single kill even, is more than enough in a round or in a game like this. And not having that capability, not having that opportunity certainly will impede them as a whole. NoChance, well, the defense, it's not going to hold up against their push towards toilets. Crystal, nice check. He's been a fragger, and he's been doing a great job for his team since, you know, the recent changes. Even as an IGL, performing absolutely beautifully. And I gotta say, good turn for Windigo, though. Even after incurring that loss, getting that loss. Poison, though. Missing a shot. Ships will make up for it, but Makalele able to return still, though. Ships. It's a hat trick once more. Again, a 2v3. And it's not Victor, but it's Ships that gets the triple himself and denies the entry onto A. NoChance. They seem to be able to get the mid-round, or more so the start to their engagement, the start to their play. But then, when it comes to close it out, when it comes to really the final push onto the site itself, they just get destroyed, not having any work around it.
And that's the thing. If they can start well, you have to make sure you finish well. And Crystal, again, like you say, they'll be able to find the entry kills, but it's the later rounds where Windigo have way more composure. But this time, Sticko, he closes down one more, and as Ships falls, that's down to a 5 versus 3. Already a great advantage for this T side to be able to work with. And as Blocker swings out towards short, connector door not yet to be open. You can see the fallen body and the gun already being taken away, so they know at least that they do have themselves a rifle. Crystal, oh my god, Victor, he's able to find 2, and now the situation turns on its head yet again. Crystal forced to aggress, though, and he is able to use the rapid fire of that Tech 9 to find himself at least one more frag bubble, though.
Oh, this is... Oh, yes.
Oh.
No, he didn't see
Oh,
it.
the smoke dissipating, covered him just slightly.
Oh my god, he's gonna go back. No, he's gonna go water towards graffiti. I like this. This is a much better idea for Crystal. Especially now he's, well, unaware of being prepared to get ready for the flank. Unfortunately, time does run out on him. And perhaps, you know, his initial peek into Monster cost him that special second to get away from Bubble. And it's going to be a clutch round that Windigo win upon and somehow pull 13 on the board after losing 10 and 8. Or more so 10-8. NoChance now finding themselves in a bit of a pickle. Their money will be high enough to rebuy, of course. Their loss bonus starting to grow, as well as their overall bank balance once they do really invest. But this is not exactly a CT side that, or more so a T side that NoChance had in mind. Makalele, though, there's the up. That's what we were waiting for. Let's see how well he can work with it. Oh my god, though. A little bit blinded out, and poison.
Oh,
That's the round, and that's potentially the map.
yeah, if they keep this round clean, realistically, with the money they're going to gather, with the way that they can really assess themselves, this is, I have to agree, most likely going to be the game. Now that they have a lot of cash built up, and NoChance can't particularly find a way to be able to shut down the CT side, all they're doing is growing in confidence, growing in economy, and essentially they're growing in round score. They only need 2 more right now to be able to close out map number 1. And that particularly is going to force a very, very hard hand of NoChance to be able to work with. And yes, they again can be able to put a buy on the board, but it's still not going to be as plentiful as a couple of these
no
players would like. And yeah, we shouldn't be seeing an AWP unless... at this point, I'd say Stiko, just go for it. Get yourself an AWP. Drop it to Makalele if possible. He can buy Kevlar as well. So if Makalele can give a rifle back, then potentially sure. But I think that's going to limit your utility and stuff as well. So battling against Windigo with so many weak aspects isn't a good thing in itself.
I guess you have to outweigh the utility to the firepower. Depends on how you intend to play the round itself. If you intend to play it slow and really take your time with it, you probably will need utility. For the most part, you do. Smokes, flashbangs, mollies, they're very important. They really count a lot when you go for a certain set execute. But if you intend to just play it a little bit more cowboy style, you know, trying to take map control and really just focusing on being or securing those early 2 entries if at all possible, then I say, you know what, go for the mini Kevlars, buy the ops, and, you know, buy the AWP, I guess, drop it to Mike. Mike can drop the AK back to Stiko, etc. And just go for it. Really, just try it. You know, you have nothing to lose at this point, right? I mean, okay, yeah, nothing to lose the first map, sure, but you're already losing by quite a lot, and you're being denied on your attempts to take the site, even after getting the early entries, even after having an advantage, I guess a one-man up advantage when trying to enter the site itself. You're losing those duels. You're not getting anywhere. So at this point, the change has to be in the overall style of NoChance. They have to either completely shut themselves down and go into a bit of a bubble, right? Just making sure that they hold their spots, they don't lose those entries, and even if they do, they have a refrag available, and then focus on a single point or a single site and really just push with everybody together, make sure their timings are correct, make sure that once they do get onto the site that they actually are able to refrag each other and not go in one by one as they, well, a few times did. This is it though, 14-10. This is probably the last buy for NoChance, especially if they don't plant. So, I mean last buy, as in having rifles and full utility. So let's see how this one plays out. Ooh, good nades.
Yeah, a lot of damage done to Poison early. That is at least going to keep him safely posted back toward a site where he can defend from, rather than getting up in NoChance's face and taking kills like he was doing that previous round. But overall, Windigo right now, like you say, it's probably last chance saloon for NoChance if Windigo do pick up this round, to the fact that their economy might just stretch for a couple of rifles, but realistically won't support the entire team, or at least not an entire buy in itself. And Poison, as he does get that first smoke down, able to again keep himself safe. The A-bomb site relatively weakened with the way that they've assessed. Oh, hang on a second. Poison, yeah, he spotted 2 there. Blocker, he's already able to shut down a first. Blocker finds 1 more, and finally Crystal to close down, but Poison, he's looking to make sure it's safe. But as Poison and Bubble, they both find frags. Crystal down now into a 1 versus 2. And whilst he's at least able to pick up the AWP, maybe give himself a better chance right now, but even so, Windigo, they'll come from the same positions. Crystal missing the first shot, lands the second actually, and with Bubble now on 6 points of health, this could get very, very dangerous.
Yes, it could. Crystal, though, I think he's aware that he's coming from short, and if he gets this, this will be an ace. But the timing, though, yeah, Bubble comes from his left side and already jukes him well enough, and unfortunately for NoChance, a valiant effort. At least Crystal, the IGL of 4K, plants the bomb even, secures the buy, secures a chance for NoChance. As bad as it sounds, it is pretty bad right now for them. 5 rounds in a row is what they need. And it is starting to look very weak at the seams. Windigo at 15. And they are looking solid, rock solid, if you will. Their money might not be as good, but they're certainly feeling it. You can see the way they play. You can see how confident they are when they actually go for those engagements. But this is, of course, a best of 3. Keep in mind, Mirage is up next, so don't worry. You know, it's not yet the end for NoChance. In either case, good refrag. Makalele shuts down Bubble when they lose Stiko.
Yeah, and at least they're able to get the trade. Oh my god, they've won freely on the A-bomb site. Okay, Windigo, that's leaving your sights relatively weak, although Victor, oh my god, he catches Makalele. And no!
No!
That's not how this round is meant to go. That's the game, and Windigo Oh, they'll take 16-10. Yes, Zen will find himself a frag, but with the way that Windigo has set up, nice little crossfire. And that's the game. 16-10, and Windigo, they'll ride out map 1 winners with 8 rounds in a row to close out the game. A very overall dominant performance from that CT side to finish. And this sets up a very good chance for Windigo to be able to take 2-0 now. This was the map that they realistically had to win, because going into the next one, with it being a Mirage pick by NoChance, yes, Windigo do have a better map percentage, but with NoChance picking it, of course, they must feel comfortable on it. So, yeah, I think Windigo, they had to be able to win Overpass to make sure that Mirage, if not goes in their favor, at least, you know, they have the third chance on Dust 2.
I have to agree. This is a tough one to see NoChance winning. And yeah, sure, as you said, you know, Mirage being the second their map pick as a whole, but Windigo, they're not strangers, or more so, they are not a stranger to Mirage as a whole. 23 maps played overall for them, and Mirage being, you know, one of the I guess second best maps they've played, or third best map that they played, just alongside Nuke. And NoChance, they're certainly going to have to bring it all up and really, really give us everything they have if they wish to win this series. I think that the advantage they got at the start of the second half was enough in my mind that they could have pulled off a victory. But the mistakes they did, or more so the duels they lost and the rounds they lost during those moments, it really cost them everything. Losing that 1 on or 2 on 3 twice, not just once, I think what broke them, not just economically, but mentally looking at it, it had to have an effect on them. And well, they find themselves a map down at a 2-on-1 result, though, in the series, or more so in the Swiss system as a whole. They're not done yet, right? They're not gone yet, but certainly will be a bit of a sad story for them if they aren't able to qualify for playoffs right here, right now, when they actually have the chance.
Yeah, and with that second map going to really decide the fate of NoChance, they either have to win 2 in a row now, or they drop that series, either a 2-0 or a 2-1, and we'll find out what happens. We have a very small break, a nice little 5-minute break before we dive into map number 2. And of course, make sure to check us both out on Twitter, for myself at Kieran the Caster, and of course, Siad at over Siad. You can take our link there in the chat as well. So if you want to check us out, then there you go. But with that being said, we'll be back in around 5 minutes time for the start of map 2 as we head into Mirage to see who closes out the series between these two very, very heavily balanced teams. But we'll be right back.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
me staring at you. So I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking with you. I know it, you know it, we make it. Oh my baby, got me staring at you. So I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking with you. I know it, you know it, we make it.
I remember the feel of the air touch my skin. Am I real? 'Cause I felt something leave from within. I feel empty. Have I got nothing left to give? Am I living? 'Cause I only felt alive with him. I'm driving in the night, the hood down. It's when I feel alive, when no one's around. The darkness deep inside comes to light now. But it's alright, it's alright. I can break no heart if I got none. I won't break apart if I stay on the run. But sometimes in the night I miss the sun. Why did darkness come? I felt my body break, my heart give up. Why did darkness come? I felt the lightning shake me into hell. Why did darkness come? I wanna stay in here where I belong. Why did darkness come? Something keeps waking me up. Why did darkness come? Why did darkness come?
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Windigo, NoChance, as we dive into our second map of this series. Windigo able to perform in the first, of course, and as expected, realistically, on a map that they've shown us a lot of confidence on. But getting into Mirage, a pick by NoChance that, again, could be touted as a very, very confident map for Windigo with, you know, the highest statistical performance they've had. But, of course, I'm not alone this time. Joined by Over as we get into our second map here. And this is going to be... we either see a quick end or we see... you know, NoChance finally beginning to flourish.
Well, I would argue, given how the first map went down, how actually NoChance had a pretty decent return in the first half, as well as the second with the first three. They certainly gave us hope. They certainly gave us what you would expect out of them. But then it just all stopped. It is as if somebody in NoChance was just like on the off button and everything went dark. So hopefully, you know, this is not going to translate into Mirage, that they can build themselves up, that they can get their hopes up, I guess. I don't know what could be, you know, what could be the underlying issue besides the fact that they've lost 2 players. That is always an issue in itself, but you can't really let that affect you. You have to, as a player, be stern and always prepared for anything. And unfortunately, you are on the receiving end of fate this time, so you have to make up for it. You have to just play that much better, or at least try to. Now look at this. NoChance CT side pushing top mid. This is a good idea. They'll have a lot of information from this, but there's no rotation towards B yet. This could be a deadly trap for NoChance. Zen is alone. If he dies, that's B-side lost for at least 10-20 seconds. And, well, we'll see him fall back into kitchen, so that's good enough. Blocker going to be caught off by Zen. That's a good start indeed, as Victor's already holding the window push and the doors as well. Through short, it's Stico. And then look at the deep push from Crystal. He's so close. He's already on the barrier, or more so on the pillar. And this is looking really good for NoChance right now.
Oh my god, it is. It's Crystal and Zen. Oh my god. What a beautiful pistol round. They keep 5 players alive. They do allow the bomb plant, of course, but you've got to in that kind of situation. And NoChance, a very, very calm and composed retake to kickstart their CT side as well. A very, very good success. Windigo, they did get the bomb plant, though. So realistically, if we remember how Windigo play, this should be a force buy. And yes, it definitely is going to be. Bubble or already purchased a lot of utility, that Deagle, the Kevlar, some rifles, or some submachine guns at least to be brought out. So yeah, we'll begin to see the investment from that T side. And honestly, I kind of, I don't mind it with what Windigo have shown us. They've actually proven that they can win a couple of these rounds, but I just hope that if they lose it, they don't go into that constant spiral of purchasing, force buying for like 5 or 6 rounds. And this time, we're going to see an A-site eco, or A-site execution. Thomas and Stico both there ready. Forced a couple of players to retreat though, and all of NoChance sort of giving up that map control. They have no presence toward that CT position already, but Crystal, luckily for him, he's able to find at least a first. The bomb goes down yet again though. So already a good success from Windigo here on out, and as Makalele spams ships though, he's able to find the first. Luckily, Stico able to trade down to a 4 versus 2 now, as Thomas able to wipe out one more. That Mac 10 not going to be prudent. And that should be a relatively simple cleanup. But again, there's still a bomb plant for that T side to work with.
Definitely. And I think the success here cannot be denied for Windigo. They obviously forced up, so perhaps, you know, too much of an investment. But the bomb plant is what saves their hide in this case. They can actually force it up again, and we'll see one on ships. So, okay, here we go. Windigo. I guess we'll have a repeat of our classical Windigo.
Oh, God. Just going to strap myself in. Bear with me.
This is this is going to be fun. It's going to be 4 Galils. No, excuse me. 2 Galils. Yeah, 3 Galils. Okay, I'm blind a little bit. 2 AKs. Fair enough. Stico finds the entry, but the refrag from Victor is always available As Victor Vactor will secure himself at least, or must have secured the team at least a 4-on-4. There's actually just the one smoke available. Okay, fair enough. That'll limit Windigo quite a little bit, but their decision to go towards B might not actually be that bad. Right now, there is only Crystal on site. Now, they do have to deal with Zen in Whorehouse, and unfortunately for them, he's going to be prepared for Poison's push. That's one of the AK's dropped. That's actually pretty horrible. Crystal picks up the AK now. Gonna take short control. Not sure what Ships is intending. Now, he is deeply embedded in the connector, and unless Windigo can get sight without losses, which is highly unlikely, he's going to be pretty useless. Unless he can time it correctly. No, he's too late for that, and the round should be gone afterwards. Like, there's very few chances that Ships will be given to actually do anything. He kills Michaelella, 37 seconds, but Zen is ready on short, and he's going to be hearing him all the way through. Yeah. Does he check the left corner once he pushes? I'm fairly certain he does, but then again... Ooh, the timing is good here. The Ships... Yeah. What I'm trying to get at is basically Ships... I'm not sure what he wanted to achieve in connector. His timing was way off if he wanted to flank, and I guess his position was revealed pretty much immediately to NoChance. 3-0, and this is a very good start as to the contrast of how the first map went.
Yeah, with NoChance able to keep it clean, Windigo, they'll finally go for an eco round. We'll see these guys just taking some pistols going into this round, and yeah, this should be a great opportunity. Windigo to be able to, for NoChance to be able to make a 4-0 and start well on this CT side. I think they'll be comfortable with this beginning for now, but especially with Windigo being able to get into their winning ways once they get into the gun round. That's something NoChance will have to be able to prevent. But right now, oh, Thomas. Beautiful spam as Poison and Blocker both tagged pretty low as he's taken down to 17, Blocker to 24. And Stiko, as he picks himself up a first, backed up by Thomas. They find two, make it three, a fourth and a fifth. And a clean round from NoChance, which will very, very much set them up for success moving forward. We'll finally see the full purchase from Windigo, though. And as they bring out that AWP, a lot of utility to back up those AKs. The rifle is going to be heavily surrounded. This is now Windigo's best opportunity they'll have in the next couple of rounds to be able to find victory. NoChance still starting out strong on this game, way better than what we saw on Overpass first. And this might just be, what they need to get themselves back into this series. If they take away Mirage, Dust 2 is going to be an interesting battle in itself, with NoChance beating Windigo once already on that map. So yeah, Windigo,
yep,
we'll have to get back to winning ways relatively quickly, or again, we might see a similar scenario to what we saw on Overpass, but repeated for Mirage, here by NoChance.
And not just that, as you mentioned already, Season 1, it was Mirage that Windigo lost. It was Mirage that Windigo got defeated on, and, well, NoChance, that wasn't so far away. Although the difference now is, obviously, again, just to anybody that might not know, that which would be quite peculiar at this point, that there are two new players on NoChance, Stiko and Thomas. Now, this mid play from NoChance could actually give them a free round if they can get the early entry. Yes, it is. Michaelella with the first. That's a good start. Second for Stiko as he peeks out from mid itself. Unfortunately, Ships is ready. They'll refrags one as Michaelella actually misses his chance. Does actually... No, he connects on Ships. It doesn't kill him. Ooh, Bubble. He's in trouble. If he can't find Zen before he drops, he's dead. Yep, there it is. He still gets the kill on Thomas, though, and Ships catches on to Mike. But it's Zen that defends the bomb push, and it's going to be all eyes on Ships. 30 HP and 30 seconds. Zen, though, is ready easy. And 5-0. This is pretty much the best thing that NoChance could hope for going into the second map.
Yeah, beautiful start from them. They're making it clean so far and keeping Windigo really on their toes right now. They've shown us very little so far on this T side that would really look like it's going to be winning formula. That gun round not particularly stacking into too much. And again, this time we'll see a very, very half-assed buy from Windigo. They'll have an AK onto Ships, but the rest have not even gone for the purchase. So that one rifle might get stranded relatively easy. They do have at least some pistols to back it up with, though. But yeah, this is a round, again, that should be going to NoChance with the way that they've been playing the CT side so far. And a beautiful grenade to begin. Ships drop down to 56. Blocker down to 83, and as... Oh, they will go for a window boost. I can respect this. Get the rifle in behind these two play. Oh, this could actually really work out. They've boosted ships so quickly that they might not expect this. And Makalele, oh, this is so good. He's going to wait for the first player. Why would he ever have to look jungle? He turns around to throw a nade, but doesn't matter. As Ships is already able to pin him down, that distracts the attention, and Blocker and Ships able to find a frag. Luckily, Thomas trades for one and makes a second, though, and it seems like right now it might just be NoChance to stabilize, but not before Poison finds himself one more. That's the A-bomb site lost. And as Windigo get the plant, this could get very dangerous. Zen is dead, and that is surely the round now.
Should be, right? Crystal, though, he's in Palace, and I'm not sure Windigo might be aware of this, although I have a suspicion somebody's probably going to be watching this position. Oh, Zen? Oh, excuse me, not Zen, what am I saying? Poison. Yeah, he's going to check it, though, in the end. And it will be a kill for him. But that was a close call. If Crystal were to go unchecked, if nobody were to be available, or more so, had they not noticed him fast enough, Crystal could have pulled off a bit of a sneaky one. As we can remember from yesterday, I think that was one of the games that I never thought I would see. That Dream Eaters versus Chaos, when the defuse came through, if you remember.
Yeah.
That was literally a big oof moment, and NoChance can't afford moments like that, or more so Windigo cannot. Oh, Poison, though, he's ready for the peak, takes down Mike, and it's Crystal close range, but they know he reveals his position with the Molotov. He gets one, though, but Blocker burns in the end. Even though he dies, it is a 3-on-3. And Crystal, at least, with his dying breath, he takes one more with him. But Bubble defends that position, or more so pushes that position on 8, taking out Thomas. CT cleared. That means Tico has a tough task, and he has to actually succeed at it. He has to go through the smoke and get back onto site if he can. Tico, though, does he expect Ships here? No, he does not. He turns, but not ready for it. And Zen peeks from short, but he's way too late to deny the plant. It's going to be a Navi default plant, and it's going to be back to a 2-on-1. Clutch round from Bubble and Victor, or more so from Zen, to try and pull NoChance onto another round victory. It would be perfect, but it most likely is not going to succeed. He's got a Molotov and a smoke, actually, so this is not yet done completely.
Yeah, and especially with that HG, he can definitely force out maybe a position. But with the way that Windigo have set themselves up, a man inside of CT Bubble, he is so prepared for this, and as already time is depleting, this should just be Zen maybe trying to get himself an exit kill or such. There's no way for him to defuse the bomb, and yeah, as he finds the first, he will play relatively smart and keep himself alive, but Victor, he's already there for the hunt, and that's a simple frag to find. 5-2, and they'll take away the AWP. This is now NoChance's economy kicked down to the dirt, so realistically, Windigo can allow them an opportunity back into the game here. They'll have that full buy, of course, whereas the CT side will just be limited to most players being down to an eco, the majority with those USPs, a couple of upgraded pistols, but nothing too intense. And yeah, this is definitely looking to be a scenario now that Windigo can come back from. They've allowed NoChance to get a round or so, get themselves stabilized with a really nice beginning. But, oh, Makalele. Oh, what a shot. Poison. Okay, that's a way to start.
I'm fairly certain he saw his shoulder, did he not? I'm not sure how he didn't respond there. That's a bit, perhaps he slept behind the wheel. Hopefully that's not the case. Ships, though, comes across the connector. Blocker finds one more. As Tico takes down Ships, it will, of course, give NoChance the 3-on-3 and a Mech 10. But realistically, this is a B side already lost. And, ooh, yeah, Zen, you can't deal with a tapping AK. Not sure why Victor still engages, though. That shouldn't be... You know, he shouldn't be losing an AK there. The money for Windigo might be okay, but they're not exactly... you know, in the golden stage yet. Another buy for NoChance, and a opportunity here for the CTs to try and break away from this stalemate that is, or that has started to happen for them. And 9 rounds in, NoChance, still no up on Makalele, which kind of concerns me yet again as an overpass.
And that's the thing, he does just look way better when he does have an AWP compared to a rifle, and I think with especially being on an M4 rather than an AUG, it limits him even further just with the current meta that's at stake. And NoChance, they're already going to give up a lot of A-bomb site presence to the point where Windigo will comfortably walk in and be oh my god, Blocker. He just found himself a smoke kill. The bomb plant gets saved. And that is 100% a round going back to Windigo yet again. They are really starting to make progress now, considering it was a 5-0. Currently set at 5-4 as this round comes to an end. Windigo will be right back into this game with a sort of a round difference compared to the 5 that we originally started with. And Zen, even though he saves this M4, or most likely saves this M4, the rest of the side has no money. So realistically, this is Windigo tying it up at 5-5 already to begin Mirage.
Pretty much. It's a good turn back for Windigo. It feels like over. Oh, nice knife by Zen. I love it. I really do. Style points always, and much appreciation for the artistic value of a kill like that. But what I was trying to get at is, it seems like we have a bit of a overpass return with those numbers on the board at 5-4. Looks like the tie might be inevitable. And yeah, sure, NoChance might have been losing a little bit more on overpass, but this is still a game where they were leading 5-0, and, well, they're on an eco. Zen has an AK, so he can turn the tide easily if he's at the right spot at the right time. But unfortunately for him, A will be hit fully on, and ooh, Blocker finds one, but it's Thomas with a double. The CZ, so dangerous. Bubble, he finally refrags, but it's a 3-on-3 with 44 left on Bubble. This could be a problem, especially if the push comes in fast enough. They take down the bomb planter. Zendo from CT. Oh, just as I was about to say that he can win this, he gets traded out by ships, and close call by Crystal, but unfortunately again, Poison stands firm and secures the 5-5 result for Windigo. This is a truly remarkable return by Windigo, and look at the money on Bubble, $12,000. And things are not exactly very shiny for NoChance anymore.
With Windigo being now level peggings, NoChance, like you said, it's not looking good. We're going to have to get a response out of these guys. And probably in the next round or two. I think if they lose this one again, they're back down to an eco, which is going to be devastating for how good that this CT side began. And I think with the way that Windigo have grown back into this game, right now they need, I'd say, 1 or 2 more rounds. I'd say even at this point, they're pretty solid to go into that second half with, but I think 1 more would at least close it out and make sure the end of the first half is pretty respectable. NoChance, they need at least, I'd say, these next 5 rounds to be able to make sure that they have a good end, because Windigo, they're going to punish on their CT side so heavily, just like they did on Overpass. They got 8 rounds in a row to close out that game on Overpass, so their CT side is deadly. And with the way that NoChance will have to be literally picture perfect to be able to stop that happening again, they just have to make sure that in this first half they take their opportunities and make sure they get the job done. Zen, though, he is able to catch onto ships, and that's a first kill, 5 versus 4, and with 40 seconds left, that now actually puts a lot of pressure onto Windigo. Stiko finds 1 more, and Crystal, he spots all the information as they dive through the window. At least they're able to trade him back, though, and back down to a 4 versus 3, but even so, there's a lot of damage being done here, and there we go. That should be the round.
It's a 4-on-2 all of a sudden, and Poison, he still gets a frag. That's Zen that's been shut down. It's Stiko coming once more from short, and this time he of course wins the duel, but that was a close call. Poison, he shouldn't be getting further than perhaps away with a single kill. That's he should get 1 kill maybe. That's about it. Second denied. Yeah, of course it will be denied, as we should expect. A bit of a tight call here for NoChance, though. Again, it comes down to a 1-on-3 retake where they still lose 1 man, and as we can see, their money is not exactly looking too good as well. They will drop, of course, 2 rifles, so they have enough to rebuy full utility and have everybody fully equipped, so that's, the saving grace of all. But as you said, NoChance, if they can pick up, I would say if they can pick up 8-9 rounds, if they can close this half with with a rather successful ending, then they can certainly win this map. But Windigo, they're scary on the CT side, and Overpass might be a bit more favored towards Windigo overall, even if NoChance played it in the past and everything. But still, even Mirage is a map where Windigo, they've been scary in the past, and they still remain scary to this day. Crystal again playing from card. This is like the 4th time I've seen him here. Yeah. And if he's going to be again, playing the same position, he's going to be caught the same way. This is a bit of an almost a bit of an overextension mistake maybe from Crystal. Certainly was. Michaelella, though, getting a refrag, but it's a 4-on-4, and Kitchen denied already. This is not a perfect start for NoChance.
And like you say, with the way that Windigo are able to adjust, they will, of course, expect Crystal to be exhausting these positions.
Oh,
Ship's
no.
able to find one.
What? Nobody
And
watching.
not even a trade to be made back. Finally, Thomas, he's able to do so. 3 versus 3, and that grenade comes flying in. Minimal damage done, which is a saving grace for NoChance. Already, again, another trade back. Block it down to 2 points of health as he finally burns alive. Oh, Bubble, he takes out a first, though, and down to a 1v1. Dipping and diving, the time is ticking. That should be the round, and Zen, he won't even get a chance to find the kill. 6-6, and NoChance. They're tied up yet again here, with the CTs having very little money now. And I'm surprised Ships, he got away there with no one even realizing. The refrag came like 6 seconds later.
And the refrag only came because Ships missed his chance.
Yeah.
Like, he really whiffed his shot as well as wasn't really prepared for the push as good as he should have been. There shouldn't be a pick from Kitchen in the first place. There were 4 players in Kitchen by NoChance, and not a single guy was watching that one angle. A bit of a mistake, or more so, a mistake that cost them the round subsequently. NC, they do reinvest, but this is their last buy, and then they have to go into an eco for the 15th, or more so the 15th round as a whole for the first half. And as you can see, it's an A execute from Windigo. This could actually work for NC. They've got 2 players on the Palace, and they will be checking the first. Thomas gets the kill still. Now they don't double check. Yes, they do. Oh my god, Victor. The game sense is real, but Michaelella and Nico. The gap in the smoke betrays Windigo, and it's all eyes on Ships. And a round that NoChance on paper shouldn't be winning, or at least should be close to winning. They're about to close out 7-6. This is what you need. This is what more so NoChance needs.
They really do, and again, it's a great round, especially to take it with a little bit of finesse as well, with the way that they were able to hold that A bomb site. It was still very, very good from Windigo with the tactical approach they had, with double checking and making sure angles were secured, but NoChance just came out better in that case. And right now, Windigo, they're back down to one of their infamous force buys again. 3 Galils, a Desert Eagle, a single AK-47. And whilst that might be backed up with a little bit of utility, overall, NoChance should just be the side now with the advantage to go forward into these final couple of rounds. If Windigo lose this one, we should definitely be seeing a 9-6 to end off this first half, with the fact that they now have no economy left to go into the next round with. So pretty much vital for Windigo to be able to win this one, or yeah, we will be seeing a 9-6. I think either way, an 8-7 or a 9-6 is good for Windigo to end the T side with how they can perform on the CT side. I think it's just a little disappointing for NoChance that they could have had way more rounds. It was 5-0 at one point, and with the way that Windigo have been able to bring these rounds back, I think even ending at a 9-6 is going to be a very, very good result for them. But still, 5 versus 4 as that bomb goes down, we should be seeing again another struggle of NoChance, if not a round for Windigo, but Ships gets traded back now. And into a 4 versus 4 with Makalele to find one more now. Poison being relatively low, and it seems like positions have been squandered. Bubble left, and that's a beautiful retake by NoChance. There is plenty of time to defuse, or at least there should be. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
And there we go, an 8th round picked up. Windigo, they lose their 4th by subsequently giving up most likely the 9th round to come as well.
Well, as you said, 8 rounds at least. That's a good, a good turn back. Given how they started, there was certainly a bit of a disappointment. Should have been 10-5 minimum, or maybe even better. The beginning for NoChance was so good that anything goes, and unfortunately for Windigo, well, they will be broken for the last one. They have a single Galil, 2 UMPs, a Mag-10, and a Deagle that they can play with. Quite a few utilities here and there, so full-on execute towards A might not necessarily be a full-on execute as a whole, although Poison's already across the site, but the rest of Windigo is so late to the party, they're going to be running in scared and, well, pretty much undermanned. There is realistically not much chance they're going to be given, and a spray down from Sticko. Fair enough. Well, that's the end.
Yeah, even with a bomb plant, it's not going to account for much. They keep 5 players alive there, NoChance, and yeah, very successful round, making it 9-6 to end the first half, and I think that's probably best case scenario for NoChance, given the way that Windigo were able to come back, able to battle those rounds, but it makes at least a nice little differential advantage to be able to go forward with. And at this point, with NoChance now going to be making sure that at least they can go into this the T-half quite respectively. Zen popping off as well. Crystal and Makalele having quite the quiet game. Yeah. But overall the same for the rest of Windigo, despite Ships being on 13 kills. Getting into that second half, we'll see the pistol coming up very soon as we jump into map number 2 second half. But of course, after a short message from our sponsor, Loot.bet.
Counter-terrorists win.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
And as we get into that second side, NoChance. We're going to see whether they can battle on this T side, get themselves a victory going forward into Mirage, or will it be Windigo on a side that they're going to be so comfortable on now to come back and really give us and show us what they're made of. This is going to be such a fast play toward the B site right now, but Windigo, I think they've read this. They've got 3 men here already.
Yes, they did. They surely have 2 players in Forest, 1 guy going aggro. That's Victor. And this is a bit of a bait and switch. Victor, his primary goal here is to really just make sure that he gets the information early on. He maybe gets a kill or 2. I mean, obviously, they're kind of relying on the fact that he gets a kill or 2, but the main factor is that he gets info. He's already ready to jump out of the second window, so as soon as he sees anything at all, he goes right immediately and just jumps the hell out of there while leaving his 2 teammates to deal with anybody trying to chase him down. And NoChance. I'm not sure if they're actually going to commit B still. They've got a minute on the clock, and, well, there's quite a bit of a rotationist style they're using on mid. They're kind of just moving back and forth, really, not going anywhere yet. The bomb lingering in B apps, though, which would indicate that they will actually still go B. Zen making his way to connector. This is dangerous territory. If he can sneak on towards jungle, perhaps somehow get onto poison, this could work. But, oh, Victor! Oh, he jump spots, or more so jump shots, and he gets the kill on Thomas. But Makalele able to refrag. Although, do they expect 2 players here? That's the better question now. Yeah, that's the problem, right? When you kill the guy pushing this deep into apps, you think, surely there's nobody else here. But right now, look at jungle push. And it's going to be Zen that denies poison. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what NoChance need. And it's a good start. But Ships is ready in CT. He gets the first. Now CT's locked out for NoChance, so they'll have to rethink of their strategy. But they certainly have to go A. No more time to play. And the bomb drops as well. Ships so accurate. Makalele hits his shots, hits his markers. Still going to be a 2-on-1 though. Left is Zen. It's 1. It's back to a clutch moment. No time to plant. No, there is. Oh my god. I thought he had to pick up the bomb, yet that was a close call. Oh lordy, Bubble though. He's so loud, but he doesn't care. He's intentionally making sound, trying to force a reaction from Zen. And he's gonna juke the smoke. This is a good call. Zen might just succeed, but no, Bubble! Oh, what a
oh my god, he's got a kit though. He's got a
clenching moment. Yeah, he has, although he doesn't have the angle for it.
Oh my god.
No, he's not gonna hold it. No chance. Yeah.
What is going on? Oh my god, he can still
Zen
win
die.
this.
He will. Oh my god, Bubble. He's got time. There is enough time. Oh, Zen. Such a nice attempt from Zen. Such a beautiful try. Unfortunately, he went out too early, and that's the round. And I mean, he really had no choice, though. If we're completely honest, he had to push. He had to go peek because the guy was defusing, or more so, Mr. Bubble. He played it beautifully, and he wins the round because of it.
Yeah, and what a way to be able to do so as well. It will force a reaction out of NoChance. We'll see an AK purchased, backed up by some pistols, but overall, Windigo might have just got themselves back into a game that maybe could have gone pear-shaped if they'd have lost that pistol round. We now see that, of course, full investment out of the CT side to make sure they have the rifles or the weaponry to utilize. And whilst we have seen some great pistol plays from this T side, particularly Thomas with his CZ on that CT beginnings, I don't think it'll particularly account for too much this time. Blocker. He's already able to find himself a first. And with damage that has been done, it seems like the rest of the side will ride out with them. A nice dink onto Zen, actually, and even a frag. Raided back, and at least... Oh, they find two, actually. Okay, this actually might turn out to be a little better. Only Zen, the man that has Kevlar, he has an AK, but only 14 points of health, and that's going to be difficult in itself. But it's still a 3 versus 2. With Crystal now onto an M4, could particularly get a little easier. Smoke goes down to block them off, and with 45... Oh, Victor... Okay, yeah, that's a way to do it. He gets a double spam through the smoke, and that's a way to finish a round.
Pretty much so. It's going to be 9-8 and a full buy for NoChance. Zen, after buying that AK, of course, will be reduced to having a single Mech 10, maybe a Scout, or just a Deagle, actually, which is perhaps even for the best. You certainly had been accurate with it before, so, you know, try your best. That's a one-shot in the headshot, if you, or more so in the head, if you can connect at least. And NoChance... What a dire moment for them, really. This is a gun round they have to win. They lose it, and they're back to their starting point. They're back to where they were at the beginning of this second half, almost. And look at this. It's a good start. Michaelella down to 39. Ships. He's still on the angle, although I'm not sure why he's trying to re-peek. That bubble comes across to go for the re-peek again. What is going on? What is Windigo, the aggression, relentless, and might just give them 2 kills here. No, Stiko will deny it. So yeah, you know, the initial assumption was pretty correct that it's not a good one. The aggression, of course, from Windigo, and Tico and Michaelella might be low, but they're alive. That's the important part. 1 minute left in Windigo. Can they defend A side?
Apparently Victor definitely can with the way that he's been playing in these past couple, but he does get caught off guard, doesn't expect the ramp aggression. And overall, this might just see Windigo pull away from this site maybe, although they will get themselves... inside of CT at least. The bomb is not yet down, so if they find a kill in the next couple of seconds, potentially it could be a way to finish this, but with Thomas able to pick off Blocker, it seems like this round is definitely going to be done. Some great damage done onto Zen, but realistically there shouldn't be too much more, and there we go. Thomas is eventually able to close down. So with Windigo now being in a very low economy situation, we might even see a force buy out of the CT side. Both Victor and Poison we'll have to eco for the next round anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see a nice little submachine gun purchase. Not that I think it'll be very fruitful. Even Victor going for some dual Berettas there. So, I think that's the first time we might have seen those in this entire season here. But, yeah, either way, I think this should be around for NoChance realistically. Although, with the way that Windigo are setting themselves up in Palace, that's a beautiful first kill there.
They pick up an AK.
Yeah, and they can give that to maybe Poison, who doesn't have a rifle, or at least offload the MP9 to them. That's a great advantage to begin with here.
Certainly is, and this could actually work out well for Windigo. This is a B push. There's 2 players currently ready for the defense. Well, Poison, he certainly is ready and steady, and well, that's 1 kill to him. Ship's not really peeking the right angle. Still finds... Oh, Ship's a double! And Stiko, he's left alone. NoChance. Any victory they gain the last will be put, or more so nullified, with this return from Windigo. A force buy back, and it gives them 9th on the board. This is a repeat of Overpass, if you remember.
Yeah.
It was 10-8 for NoChance. Now Windigo, again, pick up their 9th. Looking like they'll pick up one more as well by the sheer amount of weapons available to both sides. There is an op on Stiko and an AK on Zen. Surprisingly enough, Stiko's wielding the op instead of Michaelella. But Stiko, okay, the entry's his. So there's that, and hopefully Overpass doesn't repeat itself.
It'll be devastating for NoChance if it actually does. Being able to sort of stay competitively in 2 maps, but then drop off at a time where they realistically should not be dropping off. I think with Bubble right now holding toward mid, the Molotov goes down. Crystal has to force the smoke, so at least some information gathered for the CT side to work with. Even though the first entry, like you said, did go to Stiko, this is going to get dangerous as they line up inside of the apartments. Thomas will drop down, but Ships, he's already aware of this. He gets himself one more. Crystal able to refrag, but not before Poison does, and yeah, that's the round. But overall, this is now where Windigo should be making themselves 11-10 with the way that NoChance will have to now eco for this next round. It is not going to bode too well for this T side, to the point where Windigo, again, we could definitely be seeing a repeat of Overpass. They won 8 rounds from this point. from that 10-8 scoreline, 8 rounds in a row to finish off the game. They've got 2 of those already with the eco that NoChance now have to take. A third is most likely going on the cards. And I'm loving the fact that Windigo are bringing in that double AWP setup as well. It's something they've not yet done, but with the way that Ships can support Poison, he's a very, very good secondary AWP. And I think this is going to give Windigo, again, another bout of success against some pistols. We might see a couple of kills fall, but overall, Windigo, this is where they can start to home in on a bit of a lead now.
I think the last time we saw them use the double up was against Norderwind, and they succeeded very well with it. And, you know, that this is again probably going to be a round where they actually grab a victory, or at least should be grabbing a victory. Good refrag by Zen, but Victor will make sure that that victory is short-lived, or at least that success. And ooh, Poison though. Tag's 2 players can't get the finisher, unfortunately. Crystal is accurate enough to deny any sort of chance they might have had. Michaelella though, he's ready for it, and he gets 1. So a fair amount of damage dealt to Windigo. We would have to agree that, or more so say that NoChance, they had an eco here. They succeeded in killing 3 players. They might succeed in killing 1 more. And Zen, from what we know of for him, or more so for what we know of him, he would be capable of grabbing at least a single kill more. In any case, 11-10, Windigo finding success where, you know, success was not deemed possible. And I guess you could say that, well, NoChance, they're repeating history for themselves. It might not be the same map, but certainly is the same result, and things are not looking too sweet on the money. There is an up on Michaelella, 4 AKs, and a lot of utility overall. But this is, I dare say, a crucial moment for NoChance.
And the one saving grace is that they do have this AWP to work with. Makalele going to be, of course, on his most comfortable weapon. But realistically, Poison, he's already able to shut off Crystal. Makes it into a 5 versus 4 with so much time left. It's always a bad beginning losing a man this early, but luckily, almost able to reply, not before Victor does, but again, Stiko able to refrag. A beautiful swing out by Blocker, and Bubble picks up 1 as well. Makalele, he's left in a 1 versus 3, and with an AWP in hand, probably one of the more difficult scenarios to be able to take victory from. And as Ships is on the flank to shut him down, 12-10. And I've got to agree, I think history is really starting to repeat itself. We got to that precipice of a 12 or a 10-8 scoreline in the favor of NoChance, and then Windigo, it was exactly full steam ahead.
And they are not having any brakes on. They're not having any seatbelts on. They're just going at it fully, and NoChance, well, more so banging their heads on the wall. Unfortunately, not getting them anywhere. And this is Pistols and Kevlar yet again. Last time they had quite a bit of a success, killing 3 players, almost succeeding in potentially picking up 4, and maybe even getting a bomb plant, which would be even better. But again, it's quite a problematic position for NoChance. Their map pick, and it's being shut down by Windigo. An A attempt will succeed in a bomb plant, or at least should be. So this is a good start for the round itself. Can they keep it at such, though? Can they get themselves to a victory? That's the one thing that will matter most. A retake from Windigo surely coming in. Well, for the most part, they've got Bubble for the flank, and the rest coming from CT jungle. Ooh, good start. Thomas finds 1. That's going to be Victor to be caught. But Blocker, look at the reaction. He immediately goes for it. 1 bullet, though, and Crystal. Oh, Crystal finds both. That's what I'm talking. As Bubble is at 3 HP. Might be in a bit of a, well, I guess you could say bad spot, but no scope. He's going to hit the shot. The smoke, though. And it's back to a 1-on-2, and Zen.
There's no time, though.
No time. Yeah, no time. Well done. NoChance still win the round. That was all on Zen.
With both players dying as well. That's perfect scenario for Windigo. For NoChance. Yes, they lose all their players, but they're able to win the round and take away every single player of Windigo as well. So yeah, perfect position for them now. Finally, we see NoChance putting another round on the board here on this T side. And this is where they now have to kick in. They now have to get the success to really be able to push forward.
Yeah.
And with the way that Windigo realistically are now going to be down to an eco, most likely we'll see NoChance get themselves back into tying the scoreline, being able to make sure that at least they remain competitive for the remainder of this game. Not too sure what Windigo will actually want to do here. They should force up with the fact that Poison and Victor have little money for the next round as well, so we should realistically be seeing a purchase, and yeah, I think we will. Blocker will be able to buy Poison to be in recipient of an AWP. I think that's a pretty good call out of Windigo, but yeah, overall, I don't think it should be... Actually, no, yeah, they've got a couple of rifles. Okay, this is actually looking way better than expected. They got 2 rifles and AWP.
Yeah,
some
and they got
pistols.
the op, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the, I guess you could say, the lucky break for them. 2 pistols, perhaps both should go on B, right? Try and set up some sort of defense, leaving the rifles to play retake A. And then, you know, you have the op somewhere in jungle connector window trying to kind of wiggle between those positions. You have one of the rifles helping out B, and you have one of the rifles sitting in CT, making sure that whoever gets onto A will be immediately spotted, and that's about it. Windigo, they do have a round advantage, and you know, perhaps this force was not exactly the best choice, but they had enough money to buy the op, they had enough money to buy 2 rifles. And we can see both Blocker and Victor being as limited as they are. You know, why not? Why? You have nothing to lose, really. I mean, you at worst, you'll be down 1 round, and you've already succeeded in making a nice comeback map 1. So why not trying it again here on map 2? Although Thomas, it's a double immediately. We didn't see that because the observer unfortunately didn't catch it, but it's pushing top mid. His timing will be off, and this should be a free round to NoChance from this point forward.
Yeah, and with the way that they're able to make sure that these rounds get confirmed, if they can do it relatively clean as well, keep 5 players alive, it's going to deem to be so effective and so confident moving forward. Poison, he will be able to at least snatch away a frag moving forward, but I think that should be all they're really coming out with. Crystal, Stiko, heavily tagged. Thomas gets finished off, but luckily Crystal, he's there for the trade. Make sure the situation doesn't get too sticky for the T side. As that bomb does move onto the site, Poison, the last man left, and this should be NoChance tying the scoreline. And the unfortunate circumstance for Windigo that they're going to be now down to an eco, whether they save the AWP or not. The rest, they're just not going to have weaponry. It's going to make the life of Windigo incredibly hard. And I think this is an opportunity that NoChance have to exploit. They have to get these next few on the board to be able to make sure that they survive in game number 2 and take us to a 3rd map if they want to survive in this series. And whilst there's still that best of 3 to come if they lose this, they'd want to be getting to, you know, the playoffs as quickly as possible. It makes sure you play less games, you can practice for the playoffs coming up, you can at least keep yourself fresh. And yeah, NoChance they'll be wanting to battle onwards here. 12-12 as these scores now yet again become tied, and with the eco going to Windigo, NoChance should be able to take the lead again here.
They should, right? That's what we expect, because Windigo, as I said, they force up. They don't have much to lose. Of course, they get tied up. They will drop 1 more round here, at least should be. But you know, they're confident enough. They've got a map on their belts, as you said. They don't really get too concerned if they lose this 2nd map. Whilst for NoChance, you know, if they do lose a round, if Windigo are able to somehow succeed in winning an eco, a pistol round, a force like that, which they've won in the past before, you know, this could seriously, you know, just completely demolish NoChance at the core level and just pretty much give the victory into the hands of Windigo. So, you know, I understand the risk that, of course, Windigo are taking with force buys like this. In any case, the op on Poison is still up. And the one grace here for him is the fact that if he connects with 1 or 2 shots, if he's able to get one or two kills, all of a sudden NoChance are fighting against a force of 5 players, and they have only 3 of their own to respond to. And well, not just that, they have to deal with it up as well. Overall, NoChance, they really need to get rid of Poison first before they can start really winning this round.
Yeah, and he's going to be the man that they're going to heavily rely on. I think that's good, leaving him solo on the A site with the way that he can defend. He, of course, gets left out to dry or hung out to dry if he's the first man to die, but with the rest of NoChance setting themselves up for more of an A-site presence, they have actually got a player inside of Connector and a man toward ramp, so a lot of map control being gained right now. Crystal, he'll be the first player tagged, and Zen finally able to shut down. Crystal finds himself 1 more. with a 4, or at least a 5-on-3 at hand. As that bomb moves toward the B site, it does seem like Windigo, he will have to give up this round. Bubble, not a lot that he can realistically do, and I hope Poison, at this point, just goes for the save of the AWP. Make sure that it gets into that next round. It is vital, and he'll be going into Palace to make sure that at least happens, or gives him the biggest chance to, because whilst the rest of his team will be onto a purchase, Bubble actually gets a frag onto Crystal, so maybe a free rifle to be gathered, but with being hunted down already, he'll be fairly lucky to survive. Although with Zen right now, yeah, there we go. The frag does get traded back. But at least the AWP is the silver lining for this round. 13-12, though. And NoChance starting to really make their moves right now here on the T side. They're not allowing Windigo the same kind of outcome of map 1, where they were able to bag so many rounds on that CT side.
Yeah.
And with that full buy coming for Windigo, or at least as full as they want, or full as it can be, NoChance are just getting stronger, which is going to be the dangerous part for Windigo. So a must-win round for them, or else NoChance should be putting themselves at least on 15-12.
Pretty much so, indeed. Windigo, they find themselves in the same position that NoChance were on Overpass. Losing this round would most likely result in them being completely demolished and denied any sort of chance of a 2-0 victory overall. But mid-push, well, it's going to work out. The entry is on Bubble, and it's going to be Crystal that falls, but Michaelella pushing B. He's well aware that Chips is going to be somewhere close to balcony, and it's where Crystal had been caught so many times before is what NoChance now use in their own favor. This is a good round for NoChance, especially since they're holding, oh, that's what I'm talking about, since they're holding Kitchen with Molly's nades and everything in between. Windigo, this is a tough crowd to please, but Michaelella, he certainly is doing his part. Ooh, nice shot by Poison. Somehow not yet dead, but he sure as hell soon will be, as expected. 14-12, and Windigo will have to seed another round, or at least they should be seeding it pretty soon. I doubt Bubble can get one more kill here, at least effectively.
With the way that NoChance are really playing right now, it surely seems like we should be heading to a third map. We should be seeing Dust 2 to round off the series. And already Windigo, they'll be forcing the save. They'll at least carry 2 rifles over, but with NoChance now gaining 14 and with the precipice of 15 riding on their shoulders, it might just be too little too late for Windigo to be able to make this map theirs. And realistically, with NoChance picking this map, it was a game that they should have been looking to win, and definitely should be winning, even though Windigo do have a statistical advantage with the map percentage in the games that they've played in the past. If NoChance are comfortable or feel comfortable enough to pick up this map, they should be getting victory on it. And with 14 now confirmed, the buy round is not going to look the greatest. Or this, oh, they even deny Bubble as well, so that's one more rifle taken out of the equation. So that just makes Windigo so incredibly weak. They have to be able to force up here, or should be forcing up to stop NoChance getting to that 15th round. But with the money that this T-side have, they are so stable. Even if they were to drop a couple of players in this one, it's going to work out still for them anyway. And with the buy being pretty weak of Windigo, it's going to be a hard task to do, but still they can. It's definitely possible. NoChance just look like they've got a foot out in front now.
Yeah, that's pretty much so. I mean, they are certainly looking pretty slick, pretty good. But this is, as you mentioned already, another challenging moment for them. There will not be much room for mistakes, and they cannot allow themselves to be caught in a crossfire where they do not find refrags or not get the side afterwards. First of all, this is still an open map. More so an open score. NoChance. They're fighting against rifles and they're fighting against utility. They have not won yet. And Poison, he might have a scout, but we know what he's done in the past with it. We know how good he is with a scoped weapon and blocker. Ooh, if he can get a kill and run away, he's done his duty valiantly. He spots Zen's rifle. Bubbles coming in from short, but he can't die. Poison though. Oh, Poison! That's what I'm talking about. That's the dangers of going up against Poison. Blocker wins his duel as well. And all of a sudden, NoChance. They've just lost 2 men. Not a single refrag available. Michaelella, though, he's lurking in through under. He might actually catch somebody in the back. Although Thomas already spotted, things not looking too sweet. Victor finds one more through short. Michaelella will reveal his position, but Victor is ready. And that's what I'm talking about. Stiko 1-on-3. He's got the op, but 20 seconds and time is not his friend. and not his ally, and he has to get the hell out of there. This is exactly the point I was trying to make, as Windigo will strike first and talk later. The money for NoChance is good enough, so they at least have another full buy. But Windigo, 1 round remaining to tie, and afterwards, all bets are off.
And luckily for NoChance, that is the one saving grace that they are able to repurchase. But like you said, this is now wide open. The doors have been C4'd and blown off their hinges with the way that Windigo are starting to resurge at the end of this map. We've not got too many rounds left, but with the way that NoChance have not yet been able to secure 15, Windigo could even snatch away victory. The safe thing for NoChance is, of course, they still have a little bit of cash in the reserve even after buying this round. And Crystal, he'll go for a little bit of an adventure down toward lower mid. Bubble, though, he's the first to be able to strike. And already Stiko has been outgunned. Makalele to trade, but Bubble the same, and Ships. Oh my god, what a round from Windigo. 14-14, and they tie it up here. NoChance. Their knees should be knocking. Their teeth started chattering. It's tied up here. And with Windigo taking the momentum now and absolutely smashing it out of the park, we will see a pause. And I assume for the NoChance side, it has to be at this point. Their mentality starting to dip. And Windigo put them in a position like this, and they only get stronger.
This is too much now. This is something that NoChance... If they don't bounce back right here, right now, with this buy they have, I don't think the pressure will be sustainable for them. They've got nothing in the bank. They had an advantage of 14-10, was it not, or 14-11?
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah. So Windigo, I mean, they're doing a splendid job at giving, or more so showing, NoChance who's boss. And right now, with the op on Poison, with a little bit of money left there to buy for Bubble, I'm not sure if they had a rifle dropped for both Victor and Blocker. Certainly, Victor has a rifle of his own. I mean, I would be surprised they wouldn't have enough for at least an additional rifle or 2. But overall, this still does not mean it has all ended yet. NoChance. This is an opportunity for them to still close this one with 15-14, potentially forcing overtime, if nothing else. I mean, that's best case scenario for them if, in case this round does go horribly wrong. But Windigo, I mean, the last few prove how good they can play, how well they can play. And that pop flash actually blinded, I'm not sure who was in short. I think it was Bubble actually that was blinded out by that team flash. And Blocker, ooh, he's making noise in connector. He's about to die though. Crystal, nice usage of the timing. He hears the reload and a free kill. That's exactly what you'd expect out of the IGL. A very smart player, a very smart in-game leader. And he gets himself the entry he needed. NoChance now, an opportunity given will not be lightly taken. Victor denied? No. It's Zen to go all the way. A nice play, well, nicely played out tactic from NoChance. And Ships, he's alone on A site. Shouldn't be getting much work done, at least not successfully.
Oh, and it's Crystal able to use that AWP, shutting down Ships. Bubble left 1 versus 3. And at this point, it seems like NoChance they'll be able to find themselves a very, very successful round to cement what might just be a very, very plausible second map. If they can steal away this first round or this next round and put Windigo into a very uncomfortable situation, there is all the chance in the world that a 16-14 will go in the favor of this T side. And with the way they've been playing, the way they've been able to hold off Windigo, that should definitely be a possibility, and it comes down to this. The buy round of Windigo is not going to be that fruitful. They're going to have at least the AWP on Poison, a couple of M4s to be purchased, and even having to have a FAMAS on blockers. Yeah. That's the only weak link there. The rest of the buy actually pretty respectable. But with NoChance, and the way they've been asserting themselves, should realistically be in a good position to be able to close this out. Poison does spot the first man as he crosses out toward right side mid. Crystal will have to be very careful peeking into this AWP, but I'm loving the fact that NoChance are going for mid control early in these rounds. A lot of smokes to be able to assist them, but oh my god, Bubble. He gets a nice little spam through the smoke. That's a good way to begin, but Thomas, he at least keeps the man advantage and trades back into a 4 versus 4.
Thomas the tank engine. He's running on steam and kills, and he's certainly doing well for himself and NoChance. As you said, though, this should be a closing round for NoChance. They should be able to win. Although it's all should be and all ifs and buts and ships, well, he gets the first man. It's all eyes on the push for the rest of the 3 remaining. And okay, second for Bubble. This is not looking too sweet anymore. NoChance. They've been given an opportunity with the peak of ships, but Blocker immediately returns it. He immediately drowns the hope for NoChance. And it looks like Stiko in a 1-on-3 might just have too much of an order ahead of him. It's going to be a difficult round to win. With 40 seconds left, he can do whatever he wants. But if he goes through the smoke, he's dead. Yeah, that's... I'm not sure what he intended there. But overtime confirmed all of a sudden. And Windigo, they're not giving this one up just yet.
What a way to be able to close out this regulation. Taking it to overtime and being able to battle moving forward into another set of rounds. And as we get into that overtime, again, we'll see Windigo to start on their CT side to be able to kickstart this. But with the way that, realistically, both teams have been playing on both sides, it's going to be very, very up in the air. It's all about who's going to be able to begin better than each other right now. And as we get into our MR3 $16,000 overtime, no one particularly fragging too hard. 26 kills on ships, 28 on Zen, so top of the leaderboard for those guys. But we'll see how both teams prevail as we do get into our overtime. And we'll be right back very soon after a short message from Loot.bet. So stick around and we'll join you in around 30 seconds or so.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
It comes down to this. 3 rounds per half, 4 needed to secure victory. And with Windigo on their CT side, NoChance on the T. Of course, every single player will have a purchase. They'll have everything that they want and desire. It's now about it. It all comes down to performance and who can really have the nerve to be able to close out these games. And let's begin here in our overtime.
He misses his chance, and Crystal, well. The IGL has a very good start for himself and for NoChance as well. He gets the entry as Victor is a little bit shell-shocked with that push. By the looks of it, NoChance starting off their overtime pretty well, pretty good. 16-15, perhaps not escaping their grasp. Although, as you said, Windigo, they've had great success with their CT side overall. And when they were on their full buy, they were in their scariest moment, or more so in their scariest of forms. And I love the fact Michaela goes back, though. I really like that NoChance are deciding against taking mid, or at least hoping to take mid. Making a bit of noise in B house, though. Not sure why exactly they're making as much noise. But it's going to be a drawback towards A. Perhaps just trying to force a rotation from Windigo, and they certainly succeed at it. Stiko now finding the first opener for towards B. This certainly confirms the suspicions of Windigo, or at least in their mind, they're now like, okay, this is a B execute, we have to go. Well, it's an A execute actually, and there were no smokes, no utilities thrown. This round should be gone. Bubble gets a kill, but Blocker is denied out of A site. And NoChance with CT control as well as jungle and, by the looks of it, Palace Pit. This round shouldn't be going too good for Windigo in the end.
Very strong setup from this T side, making sure that they had Windigo constantly thinking about what would happen in this round. Zen finds himself too. And that is the round in itself. Poison left into CT, wondering where the rest of his team has gone, and as he's already being hunted. A relatively simple finish, most likely for NoChance, and that is definitely the case. 16-15, and NoChance, they put themselves the first on the board here in overtime. And on this T side, realistically, they need to be securing all 3 with the way that Windigo are just able to turn the pace to be able to make sure that the job is done. They have to bury Windigo before the second half of overtime really comes to fruition. They have to be either 1 or 2 rounds away from victory. But Windigo, as they'll be able to bring in a first AWP on Poison again. He'll go for an aggro play and a beautiful first shot onto Crystal. The IGL again looking for that mid push that was so successful in the first round of overtime. Not going to pay off this time. Windigo adjusting to it, making sure it cannot happen again. And with the majority of NoChance still a little stuck toward top mid. Not really gaining too much map control just yet. Stiko going to be taking the AWP. It's actually a really odd change for the fact that Makalele is choosing to take a rifle for so many rounds and Stiko to remain on the AWP. But if it works out, then definitely I'm all up for it. But if he's not going to be finding the kills, or if he misses a couple of shots, I'd say definitely just switch the roles back, and I think that's something that NoChance do understand. But with a minute on the clock, all 4 players of NC inside of lower mid, this is going to be a very, very difficult site to be able to take if they head towards A with how Poison is positioned, and with time ticking, Blocker is there as well. This might just get a little fruity if NoChance head toward the A bomb site.
Well, we'll see if Windigo can hold their positions. The smoke certainly helping Blocker more than anything for the moment. But this is an A split still through connector. But this time Blocker, he does ding Stiko, though the refrag is there. But it's Poison that's holding the line from CT. And it's, of course, Victor from under Palace with Bubble coming in through Kitchen, denying the push through jungle and any sort of flank for NoChance. And Windigo tied the score once more, 16-16. And by the looks of it, Windigo are not going to give that easy of a first half towards, or more so to NoChance. Certainly I have to dare say that NoChance, if they wanted to find, or more so if they wanted to have a quick and easy overtime, they probably would have wanted to pick 2 or 3 rounds in this first half. I mean, that's obviously obvious, but still, the thing is, I don't think they can afford to lose more than 1. Otherwise, it's going to look very weak. And Zen, well, he's going to find an entry. That's a very good start for for NoChance. Zen is already pushing out A with Makalele. Of course, Stiko supporting him, but Thomas actually going to be burning Victor alive. That's not exactly a good start. That's pretty darn good. Makalele with a second, now 4-on-2. Surely NoChance win this, but Bubble comes across swinging a triple. Bubble! His clutch is enough in the end. And Zen actually, got a kill on B, not on A. Still, it's not enough. Not even close. And Mr. Bubble, that hat trick, that's what draws the round to an end almost. Windigo, they should be surely closing this, right?
They have to. And they definitely will. Bubble, he's there. A 4K in this round, explosively getting into the overtime, settling so incredibly well, and being able to close out 2 rounds, I think does them a world of good. That should have been NoChance picking up 2 there, but it just won't fall right for them. And what a way to end that first batch of overtime there for Windigo. They put themselves at least at a round advantage. And if they can go into that T side and start as well, NoChance, they'll be on their heels back against the wall. But realistically, with the way that NoChance began on their CT side to begin Mirage, they had that clean spree of a 5-round barrier. But of course, we have to realize that those rounds were exploiting the force buys, the ecos that Windigo had to take. So in the full gun rounds, it's going to still be made incredibly difficult. And as we do go live for our second batch of OT, this is where it really comes down to the wire for NC right now.
That's true. It's coming down to the last few. They cannot drop more than 1 round. I fear if they drop the map point series, or more so map point round, then we could potentially see it just go all haywire for them. The T side of NoChance, of Windigo had been seeing quite a little bit of success overall, given how it all started, how NoChance had a great 5-0 beginning on the CT. I hope they can repeat that success. They can repeat that, string of rounds they did at the first time. Otherwise, Windigo, I'm afraid they might be running away with everything. And Poison and Bubble double up. Okie dokie. I guess that's one way to go around doing business. Not sure what exactly they're thinking. Double up T side, though, is not a common occurrence, especially not on Mirage. And, well, we're about to find out how it works out for Windigo. Because if they win with this, then surely something has to be up for it.
Oh, dude, literally. If they can... very rarely we see a double AWP on a T side. Crystal, oh dear, he wasn't able to land the first kill. And right now
Crystal,
that is...
the AWP, though. Nice.
He's stuck. Finally able to back away with the Molotov forcing him out, but Crystal on an AWP when you have an option like Makalele? Yeah, not particularly a fan of that. Especially when Stiko's been taking the AWP himself. Surely you either give it to Makalele or Stiko, but yeah, apparently not in this kind of scenario. I think in overtime you need your best players on their best comfortable rifles.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be affording to try to give it to a lesser player with the, you know, where he is way more comfortable with a rifle, but each to their own. And 35 seconds, Windigo, they are leaving this very, very up in the air about this site tape, but Blocker, he gets shut down first. Thomas finds 2, and that should be it. Surely a beautiful way to begin, but Poison, he trades back a first. Bubble looking for one more, and that double AWP, it will start to come to fruition. Ships finds one more, and down to a 2-on-2. There's plenty of time to get that bomb down, but it has to be collected first. 10 seconds left. Oh, Bubble.
Oh, my God.
He'll find one more, and as he pushes through the smoke, Crystal, he gets finished off, but Ships, he comes out on top. An 18 for Windigo. It's a map point for them, a series point now, and promotion point as they head into a final round that they need to bag them a playoff place.
This is absolutely out of this world. Windigo double up, and it works out. Again, double up being picked up. I wouldn't say it was exactly successful for them. They barely won the round in the end. Crystal, if he had gotten just a tiny bit more lucky, you know, he probably would have gotten the last kill. So, yeah, double up, I don't think it's the smartest idea, but they win a round on top of it. Poison finds one more. It's Thomas to fall, although Stiko will refrag. Still keeping it open for business. Has no chance. Are 4 deaths away from losing this series and this promotion chance into the playoffs. Obviously not yet eliminated, but at least being close to. Bubble in B house with the op supported by Blocker. Stiko peeking top mid, not the smartest idea. He needs to stay alive. Blocker gonna be killed by Zen. That's a good frag. Now no chance given. The opportunity, the chance to actually win this round and fight it back 2 rounds in a row, which they need. This one and one more to tie it up, to go into overtime yet again into the second one. What a game, though. What a force of, or more so, what a battle of wills, really.
Honestly, I'm going to put it out there. NoChance is the only team that can take Windigo to full extent.
Pretty much.
NoChance have been the
Mind
thorn
you,
in the
they
side
playing
of
with
Windigo.
stand-ins.
Yeah, that is very true. If they can perform this well after losing Nukia, arguably they're one of, if not their best fragging power, and can still, you know, take Windigo to overtime. Poison, though.
Double up still. I am so confused.
Me too, but apparently it's working out. Windigo, they'll be pulling out all the stops here. Makalele, though, surely catches at least one in the back. Doesn't go for the peak, though.
No.
And Victor, he's able to find the kill. Luckily, Stiko is there for the refrag, but Poison, he does the same. And Crystal, no utility, a single defuse kit. And whilst this knife is beautiful, this game is definitely not going to be. It seems like the tide is done. The waves have gone too high. No chance. They're drowning right now, and it seems like it's done. Yeah. And there it is. The double AWP. As barbaric as it sounds, it actually pays off. 19-16 and Windigo, they secure 2-0. They get themselves a playoff spot, and all in due time for their flight to the UK as well. I think this was a game that they really needed, or else they
might have been forced to drop out.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, to be fair, they brought their A game. They showed NoChance who's boss, and realistically, whilst it did go way closer, I think that was the scoreline expected, especially the understanding that they had from the goal.
I gotta give it to NoChance, regardless of what the result was here. They played a great game. They obviously made a few hiccups here and there, but as you said already, you know, playing with Stiko is not a permanent member, at least not yet confirmed. He could be, right? He is. But he's at the moment still on loan, is he not? As far, or more so on loan, like he is not a permanent member. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
have the,
I think he's on loan from Maus. Not like it's not confirmed, but yeah, I assume so.
Yeah. And whilst Thomas is only here to make sure that they have 5 people playing, and that's about it. You know, he's not intended to be a regular member. So I think they've done a great job of at least giving Windigo a pretty big fight, or more so, a pretty good fight, and proving to Windigo that even though they won in the end, they were able to grab that victory. They barely were able to keep up against NoChance at times with 2 standards, and that's the glory of it all. So hopefully NoChance, they don't bow their heads too low for this, and they don't take this loss too I guess you could say too personally. Yeah, in a way, and just focus on the last best of 3 that you have, the elimination or the progression match, which will be coming next week sometime, or maybe even this week already. I'm not sure. In any case, they've done a great job, and I hope to see more out of them, and hopefully they can qualify for the playoffs. Yeah,
and I can definitely agree. I think with the tough situation that these guys had to face, not even with the standing, obviously that's an issue in itself, but facing Windigo, a team that has been on incredible form, I think to take them to that extent despite losing 2-0, it was still a relatively close game in itself. So yeah, the saving grace is that NoChance do have another opportunity to be able to battle, to be able to get through the Swiss bracket in that 3, or in the 2-2 matchup, to go 3-2 if they progress to the next round. And they'll have some very interesting teams to play against. There's Alternate Attacks, SJ, Ago, Chaos, Epsilon, I think. Oh no, wait, Epsilon are still 1-2. So yeah, they'll play the winner of XCOM Virtus Pro, which is tomorrow. So then that'll be one of those games as well. Yep. So yeah, there's still some very, very, I'd say, lesser opponents that NoChance can definitely beat. So playoffs, like you said, does look pretty eminent for them. But Windigo, they've done it. They are our 5th team into the playoffs now, joining Gamer Legion, Tricked, Namiga, and Dream Eaters. And I think with that being said, we'll take our leave, our only best of 3 of the day. And with that being said, if you have enjoyed our commentary, make sure to check us out on Twitter, myself at Kieran the Caster, and Siad at over Siad. Our links are right there. And with that, we'll take our leave. Yep. Thank you all for watching, guys. We'll catch you all tomorrow, at least over will anyway, as we have XCOM Virtus Pro, I believe it is.
Yep, it is. It is tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central European time. So make sure to join me if you guys will have the time, of course.
And yeah, that'll be a fun, nice sort of Polish derby in itself. But time is done, and we'll dip out, guys. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you in tomorrow's game, or at least over will. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Bye-bye. Whoop, whoop.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
of a cliff. Realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from him, sin with me tonight. I run away. We'll never forget the past, but what counts is our brand new start. Even if it hurts me or I get scared, just come take this risk now. We'll be prepared. I run away. I run away. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Keep your secrets there, hide them everywhere. Just you and I run away. I run away. I'm standing on the edge of a cliff. Realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from him, sin with me tonight. I run away. We'll never forget the past, but what counts is our brand new start. Even if it hurts me or I get scared, just come take this risk now. We'll be prepared. I run away. I run away. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragon.